The nonprofit Homestart is committed to helping children in risky or abusive situations. CEO Laura Tancredi-Basie joins us with how the organization is continuing its mission with the ongoing coronavirus pandemic in our midst. Laura, thank you for taking time on this Sunday to be with us. I can just see the concern in your eye. You've dedicated a chunk of your life to helping kids, and because of this COVID-19, your help is being hindered. Could you talk specifically about what your organization does and some of the obstacles that are now in your path?
Absolutely, Paul. Thanks for having me today. So Homestart has been serving San Diego for 47 years, and our mission has always been about preventing child abuse and neglect and strengthening families that are at risk. Our mission is to assure the safety and the resiliency of children, and we do that by strengthening families. So our heart and everything we do is connected to helping children and families, and so right now we know that there's quite a bit of stress on families and children because of what's going on. Children
in troubled times, my instinct is to put my arm around them, hold them tight, and just I'm just physically that kind of person.
Yeah, me too.
I know, and I know everybody probably in your business is, and yet that's now the one thing you can't do. How hard is? To me, that would be the number one obstacle. Say is help Junior, but you can't be within 6 feet of him.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have compassionate, very caring, and well-trained staff. So now we just had a training. We had an expert come in and talk to our team about telemedicine and different ways to provide telemedicine, also phone conversations. So yeah, social distancing is really putting a huge change on the situations. We have some parents. I was speaking with one of our therapists Monday morning, and she said, I just heard Mom, and I said, I can do a telemedicine visit, and she said, no, I really need you right now. The kids are home, I'm feeling really stressed. I'd like you to come and do our session in person, because this is stressful.
So the kids that you have dedicated your life to, how have they reacted? Do they understand this, or is this just some scary movie that is on TV that is messing with their life? Do they get it?
You know, I think it depends on the age of the child, of course, Paul, but I feel like most children are just frustrated. They miss their friends, they miss being at school, and for families that are struggling with poverty, you know, they were getting breakfast and lunch and a supportive environment at school, and so now families have to figure out how to provide those needs for their children while they're not in school.
Because this COVID virus is not only affecting the rules of our engagement with one another, it's also affecting the flow of the economy. I assume an organization like yours is receiving funds from the government, or was receiving funds from the government. Has that spigot been turned off?
That spigot is slowed way down. So I will be dialing for dollars this afternoon, checking in a lot of our government funding that seems to be slow pay right now. So I will pick up the phone and do what I can to ensure that the funding keeps coming in so we can keep providing our services.
Hopefully that changes in the not so distant future as our politicians get their act together in DC. But in the meantime, how about a call out to the good people of San Diego? I'll give you a moment to perhaps maybe shout out a donation website or address where people can kick whatever they have. I know it's tough because everybody's kind of in the same boat financially. I mean, but for whatever, $5, $10, $10, $20, anything that helps, right?
Thanks, Paul. It all adds up. Everything helps. And our website is www.home-start.org.
Say that again. You got to do it twice.
Okay, www.home-start.org. And there's a donate space and button on there. And of course, we accept anything. Amazon Smile, we have a page on Amazon. So people want to just donate products and get them sent to us, they can do that too. Things like diapers and wipes, and we have a whole list on Amazon Smile. But any amount will help us to continue doing our really important services for children and families.
It would help if in a time like this where everyone's kind of sheltering in place, that the needs would go down, but that's just not how it works, right? It's during times of crisis, you're needed even more, and you can't do it.
everybody's already anxious, we know that. And so imagine a family that's experienced homelessness or trauma or poverty. This stress is even worse. So our team is needed more than ever.
Well, let's speak about that team, because in the best of times, I would imagine kids who are looking for academic credit, or for people who are going to choose this as a vocation, to come volunteer with you would be a real good career step, and it can give you a taste of what this life is going to be like.
Yes.
But now, can you seek volunteers?
Well, we have some excellent volunteers that are sort of standing, in the wings. We're waiting to see what happens. I think universities are shutting down. I just was assigned a fantastic new social work intern who will be assigned to me and due to start in May. But of course, we don't know what's going to happen. We have 5 mental health interns, excellent, standing in the wings as well, and then many, many volunteers that help in all sorts of ways. So yes, they're critical to what we do, but I think that's on hold right now.
All right, so what's going to be the game plan? Obviously, we sit and wait and watch the days go by and hope this thing is over, say, fingers crossed, May sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the best case scenario. Everyone, is there enough time for your organization to recover, for other nonprofits? Are we going to, we talk about the mortality rate of the disease. What's the mortality rate of nonprofit organizations?
Well, fortunately, we do have some reserves, so that's best practice for a nonprofit. Didn't have any when I got there about 12 years ago, but we do now, so that will help us during times like this. But we don't want to drain it all quickly, so we had to put our big fundraiser on hold, our extravaganzas on hold. We rescheduled to the end of June, hoping that that's a better date. And so, yes, we're standing by. We have our staff ready to go who are providing services on the phone and through our telemedicine. And we are reaching out to all our supporters. I got a great email from one of our wonderful supporters saying, okay, thanks for letting us know. The extravaganza is canceled. You can keep my money. We know that you're doing great work, and we're with you all the way.
Those are the kind of supporters you want. Laura, I'm going to give you a Sunday morning telemedicine venue.
Okay.
I want you to look into this camera here.
Okay.
Speak to your kids. You have a message. What is that message to them this morning?
The children and families of San Diego, we're with you. We believe that our children are our future. There are so many people that love and care about you, including your families, and so many of us in San Diego. Know that we are here and that we're going to get to the other side of this tragedy, and we are wrapping our arms around you, San Diego.